Hello guys, welcome back to a brand new video. In today's video, I'm going to show you how to play aggressive Faceit on Ancient as a CT in CS2. I hope you enjoyed this video. Make sure to leave a like and subscribe. By the way, we are doing free giveaways every month. In these giveaways, you can win various CS2 skins and free CS2 course access passes created by a Faceit level 10 coach who has experience in high tier CS2 teams. To sign up, simply visit the CS2 post giveaway page and follow the instructions. Link is in the description. And without further ado, let's get straight into it. So firstly, let's begin by talking about how many players and what spawns they need in the start of the round. So ideally for this setup, you will need 3 players that are going to go towards B side in the start of the round. So let's break it down one by one. The player who has the first spawn, aka the closest one towards B side, is just going to run straight ahead, and as he runs here, he only needs to throw a single nade. So as he runs here, he will run and he will aim in the top left corner of this building, and as he runs past, gets close to this light post, he will just left click throw his nade that bounces off this corner and deals a significant amount of damage to anyone who is going to be running straight ahead in the start of the round towards this area. So this is going to be one of the more crucial utilities that you will need to throw. This is going to be one of the main utilities that will deal the most damage possible in the start of the round. So as you throw this nade, you will just instantly run towards this area and peek cave in the start. So you can rather hold this position like so, or instead you can play instantly aggressive. And since this is going to be a video about how to play aggressive, you'll instantly run and peek this corner like so. And if you want to throw an extra flash, you can also bounce it off against this wall before you peek out. But by the time you peek out, the T's might be in this area depending on which spawn they get and if they use it properly, so do be aware for that scenario. But instead, you can also just instantly peek after the flash, and after the nade, the T will definitely have a lot of damage dealt to him, so you don't have to really worry about anyone pushing you straight ahead with full HP. Now let's talk about the second player. He will have a slightly worse spawn, but he will also be a crucial player in the start because he's gonna push B ramp. So he's gonna run straight ahead, and as he positions himself in this corner, he's gonna look in the top right corner of this area. So as he runs, he's gonna aim ahead, left click throw, and this smoke will bounce off in this corner like so, smoking off anyone who might be holding double doors, for example. And this smoke can land in and this smoke doesn't have to be too accurate because, as you saw, I didn't hit it through the gap of the door, but if you do, for example, it bounces off and lands perfectly in between this gap of the door, so you don't have to worry about it not covering it all. But you saw me just throw a lineup that wasn't fully accurate, but it still landed and covered the doors, so you don't really have to worry about it being too precise. You just have to throw it around close to that corner and it will bounce off and smoke doors instantly. So after you run straight ahead, position yourself in the corner, left click throw the smoke, it will bounce off the door, you will run straight ahead, and then it will instantly get smoked, and you can instantly play a really aggressive CT side towards this area of ramp. And if you want to do something extra, you can also pop out an extra flash above this area, for example, or instead you can bank off an 8 against this wall to deal some extra damage to anyone who might be trying to play really aggressive, and then you can instantly peek out towards this area of B ramp. Now let's talk about the third and final player. This is going to be the player who will throw the most crucial utility in my opinion. He's going to run straight ahead, and he's just going to position himself in the same corners as the previous teammates did, but before he runs here, he's going to aim directly down this area where the stone railing is, in this large stone gap, and he's going to left and right click throw, prepare his Molotov, and he's just going to run straight until he reaches this line of the barrier, and then he's going to jump throw. So the lineup looks something like this. He reaches this area, left and right click throws, and the molly lands perfectly in towards this area, dealing some extra damage to anyone who might have been late in the start of the round and trying to run through to this area of cave. So it will rather cut off the T's or deal a significant amount of damage to them if they want to follow up with their first player who had the damage dealt to him by the first player, aka the cave player who threw the nade. And after this player instantly threw the Molotov, he can instantly position himself in this left corner of the default area and throw just this left click throw flash and around this area where these two stones create this slight gap. And he's just gonna left click throw that flash, and it will bounce off in a way where it will blind anyone who might be turning around towards this area, or it will blind anyone who's gonna be really late in this position. So it's just in general a pretty safe flash, blinding anyone who's gonna be close to this area. And with this flash, your teammate will be way safer off peeking out towards the cave side, and the player from this position in B ramp will also be extra safer. And this player after that can instantly rather go towards B ramp assisting his teammate or cave, preferably cave in my opinion, because cave is the way more aggressive position. Even if you lose the B ramp position, it's rather that you hold this cave position so your teammates can rotate in later on in the round if you need a retake scenario, for example. But in general, with this utility setup, you definitely have a high chance of playing aggressive and towards B side and taking the entire control of this lane position. So with all this utility, let's break it down again. The first player in the start of the round is gonna run straight ahead, left click throw his nade, bounces off, pushes towards cave, peeks it out, throws an extra flash if he wants to, and then just instantly peeks out towards this area. The second player runs straight ahead, throws a simple smoke in the top left corner, then he can bank off a nade or a flash or both if he has the timing, and then he can just instantly take the control of B ramp as well. And finally, the third player aims in the bottom part, left click throws this lineup of the smoke, of the volley, excuse me, and then he just left click throws a flash, for example, to bounce it off. And then with this entire setup, you have a perfect execute to play aggressive in towards this lane of B side, and you have a huge chance of winning the round, taking this position, and then cutting off the entire rotations for the T players. However, in my opinion, you should practice all these utilities one by one, because some of the utilities don't land perfectly most of the time. For example, this lineup is definitely difficult, and it's one of the more difficult lineups that you need to consistently learn if you want to do it correctly. So if you want to practice one of these, you should definitely go to a prac server, practice them. Same goes with this nade, because sometimes it doesn't hit even for me in high level games. So as you see here, it doesn't hit all the time, so sometimes you just go to practice servers, practice this nade to get it down perfectly. So the lineups like these are really difficult, and same goes for the second player. As I showed, this lineup sometimes doesn't hit really consistently, so you do have to learn it from time to time if you want to get it down perfectly. That's why I really do suggest you go towards prac servers, try them out before you do play them in real matchmaking games, and then only will you have the best execute possible with the highest chance of taking the entire lane control. Thank you everyone for watching the video. This was how to play aggressive B side on Ancient as a CT in CS2. Make sure to leave a like and subscribe and comment down in the comments below on what you want us to do next, and I'll see you in the next video.